science and math quiz. The school is glorious, I'm telling you. When I went to Prosec, there was no nets, no water. IPS was where we used to come and fetch water. We used to come and bath in cassava farms in IPS. We used to call it IPS, now it's UPSA, sexy name, right? At the time, IPS, as it was called, had 3.5 lecture theaters, 1 residential facility. The rest was shared. Okay. The rest was cassava farms. So this is where we used to come. Within my first week, I never carried water on my head. And I came going to beg people to carry water on their head, from their homes to send back to the school. But it taught me certain life lessons. Resilience. When we were in Form 1, within 1 week, certain people converted from boarders to day students. I'm telling you, they changed from boarders to day students because they couldn't survive the pressure. Me, my mother was a nursing sister, officer in Obuasi, far away. At the time, the drive was like 7 hours. I was in Prosec for 7 years. I had 4 visits, 4 in 7 years. So some years, no visit. So those of you who, when you were in SHS, your parents come every month and you are complaining, good luck. 4 visits in 7 years. And what was sad was, when people have visitors, they send us to go and look for them. The big school, you go and look for somebody, when you get him and you come, they bring homemade jollof fufu, they won't give you something to eat. That was my life. But we survived it. I did science at A level. YX said I didn't do very well. I got CDE. Now I've said it publicly. So you know, all that glitters is not gold, eh? So I told myself I'll be a doctor. YX said I'm not fit to be a doctor. So I said, wow, okay. So I went to the University of Ghana. I came here and they gave me biochemistry. I did biochemistry. I survived it, graduated as a biochemist. And then after I worked for 2 years in FANMOC. So I was counting. We created Tampico. Those of you who know Tampico, we were the ones who worked on it. I was working in the lab, counting bacteria, measuring sugar breaks, NTFC or total solids non-fat, all those things. That was my life. 2 years into that, I said, it's too boring for me. Every day my job was, I go to the factory floor, take samples of fan ice, I come and measure the weight, the breaks, this, that. Eventually, they even put me on a shift. I was working in the shift as a shift supervisor. I said, it's too boring for me. I need some more action in my life. So, Nestle had advertised the position of sales rep, and I applied, and they found me worthy of bringing me on board. And I joined the team, and I was there for 10 years, rose through the ranks to the point that I was below the sales director. Fantastic career, lots of learnings. After I went to Shell at the time, and it's interesting, when I was in Nestle for a while, about 5-6 years into my tenure, there was like a mass resignation. Many people were resigning from commercial because people wanted more money. And the organization at the time, they gave you fantastic training. The money was not great. It was okay, good enough. So many people left for bigger opportunities, banking, other opportunities. But I told myself one thing, that what I want to learn here, I've not finished learning. So I stayed. When it was 10 years, I decided that now it's time. I looked into my bag. What is my value? I saw my value now. My value had now become solid. I looked at my pay slip. I looked at my value. I said, now my value is almost twice my paycheck, right? Then I went to the market. And Shell, I got 2 offers. Shell, Vodafone, I chose Shell at the time. Moved in as head of retail. Today they'll call it retail director, Ghana, Togo. Was there for 2 years. Fantastic career. Vodafone came back with a different offer, better offer. Now, as you grow in your career and you are building muscle, then you can dictate the pace, right? They say, offer you 10, you say, I'm not coming, except you give me 14. And if they want you, they will come back. So Vodafone came back, a different job, better offer, I moved. I was Vodafone for only 2 years. And then PZ Cussons came. They wanted a commercial director. And I decided it was a good opportunity. I had moved to petroleum 2 years, done telecoms. I had done FMCG 10 years. And I said, I think FMCG is my place. I think that is where I'm comfortable and I can make a difference. So I came back, PZ, 7 years, 7 tough years. Can tell you the things I learned in those 7 years. The scars I have. You cannot see the scars. Can you see the scars? You can't. Of course, you will not see them. You can see my face or scarred. Can you see? Can you see? You will not see. We fought wars. We fought battles. Trust me, in your career, you will not win every battle, but aim to win the war. If you win the war, you are fine. So after 7 years, GB Foods had come up. Next slide. GB Foods had taken over a local or an Indian business in Ghana, 2017, 2018. And GB Foods was reorganizing. And so 2020, they needed a general manager, MD, whatever word you like, for Ghana. And so they came and said, they want me. So again, I looked at my value, looked at my paycheck, and when you get to the point where you know what you are made of, you can also come to the negotiation table and discuss properly. Why am I telling you all of these things? For you to know that these things are a journey. And it's a function of how much you put in is what you get out of it. There is no magic wand. Sometimes you can have shortcuts. Well, if your strategy is a shortcut, I wish you very well. There are many people who have gone that route. They have gone shortcut. They forge their CV. They get some anchor to give them the job which they are not qualified for, and they don't train to fill the gap, to step up into the role. If it's a serious organization, you'll be exposed. Trust me. My whole career, I've worked for only multinationals. Only multinationals. 99 to 2025 is only 26 years. Is it correct? If you add even national service, that's 2 years. That's almost what? 28 years. only multinationals. And I can assure you, if you want to succeed in multinationals, the function of your preparedness and the delivery, you cannot do away with that. Because in a multinational, you'll be exposed. So, next slide. At one point in time, a lady had mercy on me and agreed to marry me. So, 21 years ago, she had mercy on me, agreed to marry me, and we have 2 wonderful kids. So, next slide. Now I'm completely exposed. Nothing about me is secret anymore, Iraba. So, who am I? That is me. But why will I not tell you this story? And I think this is what we need to do more as leaders in this country. Because everybody's story is different. And each of your stories will be different. And many of you sitting here think your story is worse, or a basket case, or your story is your colleague is privileged and therefore they have a better opportunity than you. That is how many of you or some of you think. I have young people who are my friends because my children, their friends are my friends. I try to connect with the friends of my children. There was one lady, she told me when it was time for her to get admission, she was trying and her grades were not great, and she thought it's all about connection. Go and do internship. She thinks it's all about connection. And I said, it's all in the mind. So, next slide. Who am I? So, me, I'm not a self-made man. To those of you who think there is something called a self-made woman or a self-made man, me, I'm saying I'm not one of them. Those who are self-made, they should stand up and call themselves out. Me, I'm not in that category. I'm a simple work in progress. So, to your point, if you were not successful, you won't be here. So you are a work in progress. But you are successful at that level where you are, or you won't be here. Have you got to where you want to get to? No. I consider myself a warrior. So those of you who think some of us are successful, I'm here to disabuse your mind. But when you see somebody and you think they are successful, ask yourself one question. The sacrifice they have made, are you prepared to make that sacrifice? Have you ever asked yourself that question? When you see somebody and you say, hey, Papa, you see somebody who comes to park a Range Rover, very nice, is using an iPhone 16, thank you. And all the things you perceive is success. Do you ever ask yourself the question that I am prepared to pay the price that person has paid? If you have never asked yourself that question, then today I'm going to challenge you that going forward, when you see somebody you consider is successful, tell yourself, you are going to ask, what price did they pay? And you are going to attempt to pay the same price if you want to be as successful as they are. Many of you here, when I look at your faces, the price I've paid, I don't think you are willing to pay. No, many of you, when I look at your faces, I don't think you are willing to pay the price I've paid. I consider that I'm a product of God's grace. Some of you, you think that successful people are self-made people. Me, I'm not one of them. So when you are counting them, take me out. Okay, next slide. I'll give you 3 quotes before I tell you some very important things.
Thank you so much.
And these are for me quotes that have shaped my life.
Great.
Your reputation is all you have. Defend it with your life. So now, with the political environment we are in, reputation does not seem to matter much. So many of you, you are mirroring your life around the discourse that you hear about. But if you want true success, I am reminding you, and this is not new, and this is how it has been for centuries, for years. Your reputation is all you have. Guard it with your life. One. Another thing is, for many of you, when you graduate and you come for an interview, trust me, it's not as important your skill at that point. Serious organizations, when they are hiring young people, they are hiring for attitude. Can you hear me? So if you are here, you will not build character and the right attitude. And I'm very sure some of you, your phones are not on silent, and it will betray you very soon. Attitude. Some of you, in some organizations, is the most senior person who is allowed to come to the meeting at the starting time. So if the meeting at 10, the most senior person is allowed to come at 10. You, if you come 5 minutes before 10, you are late. Did you hear what I said? That is how serious people, that's the attitude of serious people. The meeting is at 5 minutes to 9, you are seated. You don't wait, and at 9, you are entering, and you enter, and the most senior person is already seated. Attitude. Questions are asked. Instead of going straight to the point, you are beating around the bush. If you have that template of attitude, any organization can train you. Robert Kiyosaki, he has a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read that book long ago. Nowadays, because of the pressure these people give me, I can't read books again. The pressure these people give me, I can't read books again. So now I listen. Life is not easy. Life is tough. Some of you think where we are relaxed. Every weekend we are sitting at the beach, enjoying our life. When you go to the airport and you see people with their small bag and they are in business class, they go in business class and you are envying them. They are in business class. Do you know what they are thinking about? Do you know what they are thinking about? The meeting they are attending when they arrive. Some of them, they don't sleep. They are preparing in business class. Don't be in a hurry to envy people. Sit in your economy and enjoy your life. You have put your earpods on and you are enjoying in economy. Continue. The people you think you are envying them who are in business class, do you know the responsibility they are carrying? Work to learn. Don't work for money. I learned that principle many years ago. I think I was in university when soon after I graduated, somebody introduced me to that book and I bought it. In my first 10 years after graduation, all I was doing was buying books and reading. Buying books, reading. That's all I was doing. So, work to learn, don't work for money. As for money, trust me, it will follow you and it will chase you. So, do you like money? No. You like money? Are you sure? Do you like money? Are you sure? You don't like money. Are you prepared to pay the price for money? Are you sure? I'm not sure. All right. Now I'll share with you 7 principles of my life. Today I'm sharing too much of my life. Albert, please don't invite me again, because I don't like to, I'm a shy person, Rabbi, you know. Very shy. I don't like, right now I should be sitting quietly. And there is a book called The 48 Laws of Power. Who has heard of that book? 48 Laws of Power. Fantastic. Please, when you are reading that book, be careful, because the book was situated in a certain context. Many of the laws do not apply to you, I beg. There are maybe only 3 of the 48 laws that apply to you. Is it clear? One of the laws applies to you and to me, and this is the law I've quoted. So much depends on your reputation. Defend it with your life. And I've said a lot about that, so I'll move on. Your reputation has to be grounded in something. And of course, your reputation is the beliefs and opinions people have about you. And you should also have an opinion about yourself. And that should be grounded in your values. How many of you have values or have written a personal value statement? How many of you? I can see 2.5 hands up. So it means, okay, 3.5. It is not something that is very common amongst young people, right? So Albert, I'm sure you are listening. In some universities, by the time you are in your first year, they will take you through a process so that you build and you write your own set of personal values. So, today is your lucky day, so I'm going to share with you my personal values. So these are my personal values. And my team is here. Today I'm completely exposed. I'm completely exposed. They will be reminding me in the office. But I believe them and I practice them. Trust, resilience, empathy, and faith. These are my personal values. They don't have to be yours. What is trust? It's a firm belief in your reliability, truth, or the ability of someone or something. That is trust. A firm belief in the ability of someone or something. And trust me, if you want to succeed in your career, trust is a big deal. So when they say, deliver this report, and you say, okay, your boss can go to sleep. Now, there is something called the trust equation. See how management science has improved. Now, trust, even there's a mathematical equation for it. Trust is equal to credibility times reliability times intimacy divided by self-orientation. That is a mathematical equation for trust. And what is credibility? Credibility is based on your words and your skill. Reliability is based on your actions and your dependability. Intimacy is about how safe people are around you. That is intimacy. It's not the intimacy you are thinking about. In this context, in management, We are talking about how safe are people around you. And divided by means disproportionate to. Self-orientation, meaning how much are you focused on yourself? So if you want to build more trust, make sure your words, when you say, I'll deliver this at 9, you deliver it at 9. When you say you have the skill to do that, you build the skill to do it. When you say, depend on me because I will do this and you would take this action, no question you will do it. And people should be safe around you. When you are together and somebody is telling you their story, last week this happened to me, and then it becomes the wache conversation in the office. When you are eating gobe with people, you are sharing it, and less of yourself. That is why it's inversely proportional or divided by. So that is trust. Resilience is the capacity to withstand or recover quickly from a loss or from difficulty. So this is all under the reputation. And I'm giving you some pointers on my values. Empathy is being sensitive to other people's feelings, their thoughts, their needs, and their experiences. Faith for me is I believe God rules in the affairs of men. Some of you believe that you rule in your own affairs. That is fine. This is my belief. No debate. Keep yours, I keep mine. Second priority, go to the next slide. Connecting the dots. And this is where young people, I believe you need to improve. Because when you graduate, and many national service people come and work in our organization, I watch them, some of them, new people also join us, and I listen. And there are some obvious things they should be able to connect the dots, and they are not. So if you are here as a student, let your mind begin to connect related matters, so that when you are having a conversation or you are listening to a conversation, you can connect the different parts of the equation. Mathematics, those of you who think you have run away from mathematics, I'm here to disappoint you. In life, you cannot run away from mathematics. So you need to connect the dots. They were talking about something, another thing, a third or fourth thing. You need to learn to connect the dots. Let's go to the next. So authenticity is a third priority which I will share with you, and it's about pushing yourself to be the best you can ever be. Some of you believe this is what I can do, accept it, and yeah, that's it. Of course, then don't blame anybody when there is a differentiation between you and the next person. But those who want to get to the top and look at the stars, there are many stars in the sky, but each one of them shines. Have you ever asked yourself that question before? The stars, they don't compete. So please, push yourself to be the best person. But first of all, you must be self-aware of where you are. And your self-awareness means if you need to learn, you need to improve, you need to know. Set yourself clear objectives and then sharpen your saw, which means improve. Let's go to the next one, the fourth one. Communication skills. And I remember in my career when I was young, I observed something. When we are in meetings, there are some people, they are not necessarily the most skillful, but they had sharpened their communication skills and they had a good answer for every question that was asked in the meeting. And then I noticed that they were progressing. Hey, Meanwhile, when we sit and we are having discussions, they are not the smartest. So I concluded that communication skills, it must be a very important matter. So I decided to improve my communication skills, which is written communication, verbal communication, and listening skills. Some of you don't even know how to listen. When the person is speaking, you say, I knew you were going to say, are you in his mind? So sharpen your communication skills. And some of you, if you want to succeed, this is going to be your barrier if you don't improve your communication skills. At interviews, many of you will fail because you don't communicate effectively. You may be the smartest around the table. And remember, first impressions matter. And anything you do is about storytelling. The fifth one, play for the team. Play for the team. Gone are the days when organizations wanted heroes. You come and you are a Ronaldo in the team. You can take the ball and dribble the ball past everybody. Please, organizations do not want people who alone themselves take the ball, dribble the ball past everybody and score. I'm sorry, that is not what organizations want. You need to learn how to be part of a team, and being part of a team means when you start, you need to learn how to follow. Follow means when you are in a meeting, keep quiet and listen. When you don't understand, go through the back door and learn. When you close, wait and learn. Me, when I was your age, these were the things I did. At some point in my career, I was appointed commercial director, and that organization was slightly different from the organizations I knew before because I needed to master the P&L. I had to get somebody in finance after work, spending hours with me every day, 1 hour for like 3 months. And that's how I was able to master the P&L. Some of you, when you see me in meetings in my team and I'm making comments, they think I'm very smart. I'm not very smart too. It's because some of you don't want to pay the price. That's why I look very smart. And when you are a leader, please coach other people. Mentor to be the only star. That is not what organizations want nowadays. There is a statement that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And many organizations want to go far. They don't want to go fast per se, but they want to go far. The seventh point I want to share with you is about passion and resilience. Me, if you want to work where I am, if you are not passionate, please don't even apply. If you are not a passionate person, don't apply. I'm just telling you ahead of time. Because I cannot stand people who have no energy and they are just sitting there, but when you are talking, their mind is somewhere. You have to repeat 7 times to wake them up. Please, if I'm there, don't even apply. No, I'm serious. So if you are in the university now, build energy. Be present. Some people, you are absent. The conversation is happening, you are absent. Be present. And we talked about resilience already. Please, you cannot afford to give up in this present world and in this present Ghana, where I was reading the news, almost 15,000 University of Ghana graduates, 15,000 students, one university. How many universities are in Ghana? I'm sure there are over 150,000 graduates or so every year. How many jobs are there? Me, if I was your age by now, I will be running like hell. I'm telling you, if you want to succeed in the current world, don't sleep. Don't sleep. There is no sleep after death. That one is sure. When we were young, we used to say there's no sleep after A's, after A levels. When you die, you sleep. Now wake up and do what you have to do. My last point, and I hope your video is going to work. And it's interesting, when I came, the previous speaker was ending and he talked about the eagle. And it's a video I want to play. And he has probably summarized it better than me. So, can you play the video? Has it got sound? You are not sure? So please, you don't know what to do. All right, where is the sound? Okay, you need to try. Play the video.
This is the story of an eagle. An eagle has the longest lifespan of its species. It can live up to 70 years. But to reach this age, however, the eagle must make some tough decisions. In its 40th year, its long, flexible talons can no longer grab prey, which serve as food. Its long, sharp beak begins to bend. Its old, aged, and heavy wings, due to their thick feathers, stick to their chest and make it difficult to fly. Then the eagle is left with only two options: die or go through the painful process of change. The process requires that the eagle fly to the mountaintop and sit on its nest. There it knocks its beak against a rock until it plucks it out. Then the eagle will wait for a new beak to grow before it plucks out the talons. When the new talons grow back, the eagle starts plucking its thick, heavy feathers. And after this, the eagle takes its famous flight of rebirth and lives for another 30. Why is the change needed? To survive and live. We too have to start the change process. We also have to pluck our unpleasant memories, negative habits, and fixed mindset. Only free from the past burdens can we take advantage of the present. Let's soar again.
All right, so this is where I bring my presentation to an end with just a few words. And I think the story encapsulates it properly. So there are things you need to unlearn and relearn. And I hope this has been well summarized. I wish you well, and I wish many of the lessons we have shared today make a difference in your lives. And in 5 years, 10 years, and more, I hope we'll see some of you and you will make reference to some of these meetings that you had as the place and the point which catapulted you to your next level. Thank you very much.
Oh, come on, show some love to Mr. David Aflu. Kindly follow him on LinkedIn. Look out for David Aflu. Send him all your questions. Oh, let's do it better for him one more time. Let's do it better for him. Oh, come on, let's do it better. Let's do it better. Let's do it better. We are about to have our next presentation. Please, as I said, look out for Mr. David Aflu on LinkedIn. And if you have questions, kindly send to him on LinkedIn right away. We'll take the questions very soon. Once again, welcome again to Success Africa, brought to you by Absa Bank in partnership with GB Foods and all our other partners, making it possible for us to be here. We are moving on straight to our next presentation because of time. we are lagging behind, but we will do well to get all our speakers. We'll kindly beg with our speakers coming up next to use very limited time so we can have all our other presentations. Next happens to be he has worked with several organizations. When I say Success Africa, kindly respond: Beyond Limits. Success Africa. Success Africa. Put your hands together for yourself. Come on. Oh, do it better, do it better. Oh, let me feel the energy. All our speakers are in. Oh, come on. Show some love. Are you learning? Are you learning? He has worked with several companies, including Group Indum, schooled at the University of Ghana for his master's, have won several awards in his field. He is currently the head of retail for First Bank. Join me, let's welcome Mr. Alim Cole. Come on, show some love to him as he can. Oh, come on, do it better, do it better. As we do it, let's all rise as we receive him. Let's all rise as we receive him.
Okay, please be seated, please. Okay. So, good morning again. I'm actually here filling in the seat of my chief executive in the person of Mr. Yao Asante. So, of course, his introduction is, of course, me, but I'm actually here standing in the stead of Mr. Yao Asante because he had to be here, but unfortunately can't be in. So whatever I would say is actually his, and I believe very strongly that I identify with what he has to share on this occasion. So, of course, I am here to speak on the topic, building your career, my personal experience. It is an honor to speak to you today about his journey in banking and the valuable lessons thereof, as he started off right from national service to where he is now as the CEO, MD of First Bank. My journey began almost 3 decades ago in 1996 with a very powerful institution called Unilever Ghana today, where he worked as a sales and marketing personnel. This role laid a solid foundation for him in customer relations and business strategy. It taught him the importance of understanding customer needs and delivering value, which we have seen, of course, David Aflu speak to it at length. Then, of course, he transitioned into banking. In 1998, he made a pivotal transition into banking by joining Merchant Bank, now known as Universal Merchant Bank. During his time there, he worked in various capacities, including marketing, sales, corporate relationship, and relationship banking. These experiences enriched his understanding of the banking industry and enhanced his skills in managing client relationships. Then, of course, this led to career progression. He moved on to the Standard Chartered Bank Group. There he served in various roles, including head of structured trade finance, and became the regional head of transaction banking for West Africa. His journey culminated in his role as managing director and head of corporate and institutional clients in Botswana, where he learned to navigate diverse banking landscape. Of course, again, he moved on to the First National Bank, which is, of course, different from First Bank. There he became the head of corporate, commercial, and institutional banking at First Bank Ghana, a subsidiary of the First Rand Group, of West Africa. These experiences broadened his understanding of the banking landscape across different regions and enhanced his strategic and operational abilities. From there, he moved on to First Bank Ghana, previously known as FBN. Name was changed April last year, 2024. Today, he serves as the Managing Director and CEO of First Bank, part of the First Bank Group in Nigeria, a group that has been in existence for 130 years. My banking journey, or his banking journey, through Ghana, the UK, Botswana, and across West Africa and Southern Africa has allowed him to drive innovation and excellence in banking while serving our communities and, of course, our first and foremost, our customers. First Bank commitment to youth employment, and that is why we are here, is absolute. We recognize the vital role that the youth today plays in shaping the future of the economy and society and country at large. We as a bank, First Bank, are committed to empowering young individuals through initiatives such as financial inclusion workshops. These workshops, an example of which we are here today, although not financial, but more about being successful, equip young people with essential skills, enabling them to make informed decisions towards their own careers. Career fairs, which is part and parcel of First Bank, and we do that by participating in such fairs and youth events to provide guidance and opportunities for young talent to explore their various career paths in banking and finance and in other areas that they so wish to be. Of course, we can't live here without encouraging the youth. We urge you to take advantage of the First Bank Graduate Trainee Program, which has been very instrumental in shaping the careers of many young professionals. And at First Bank, once you've gone through that interview process, those other validation tests, you are then taken and put on a fast career drive. So it comes with mentorship, it comes with sponsorships, it comes with some travel across the group, so that you can have the necessary skills and equipment and skills and competencies to be able to advance your careers. These programs are designed to provide practical experiences and mentorship, helping you to develop the skills necessary to excel in your areas of endeavor. In conclusion, which obviously is centered on his own career path, he says, your career is a journey filled with opportunities for growth and learning. And of course, Mr. Flu mentioned it. Embrace every experience. Seek mentorship. Seek sponsorship. And never hesitate to pursue your own dreams. Together, let's build a brighter future for ourselves and the community. Be that star in that community where you are. Lastly, he says, these are the last points, he says, the tree you see today was planted yesterday. And of course, we've seen that in the journey of Mr. Flu, we've seen it in the lives of other speakers, and he also attests to it that the tree we see today was planted many years ago. He says, focus on the journey. So focus on the destination, not the journey. And we've also seen it today. The destination is the goal. But in reaching the goal, there is a journey. And that journey will be up and down. If you have to go by land, you go. If you have to go by sea or by water, you go. If you have to go by air, you go. If you have to go by underground, you go. Focus on the destination, not the journey. His last words are, never walk alone. And again, Mr. Aflu said it. Because his rise to become the MD was not achieved by his own. He had people to support him. Then he had his own that he had to do. And then someone had to believe in him and give him this position. And then the team which he works for must also come along, do what is required of them so that he's successful in his role. And for the last 3 years, or 5 years for that matter, as CEO, he has been able to transform the bank significantly. And so we have visibility now, we have presence, okay? And our bottom line shows 1 year. On this note, I would say we will be committed to events like this. And Albert, that is your assurance. And for the youth, we are also very committed to you. And for some of your peers would attest to how much we have received them, either them opportunities to come and do their internships, giving them the opportunities to become national service people, have passed that graduate trainees program and have been taken on board. And today I can attest that they're doing greatly at First Bank. Thank you, and thank you again for this opportunity.
Oh, come on, show some love. Let's show some love to our speaker. Success Africa. Success Africa. Success Africa. One more time, let's show some love to all our partners, to all our speakers. We are moving on to the next presentation. The ladies are saying, why are you not giving us the female speakers? We are about to have a very wonderful female speaker. The ladies, are you excited about that? Yes. Kindly share the link with a friend. Success Africa Foundation of this program. She happens to be a medical practitioner and a CEO. And you would want to listen to her. She will spend some few minutes encouraging us and walking us through her story. Join me, let's welcome the CEO for Accra Lending Health Center, Dr. Vanessa Appiah. Come on! Oh, come on, let's rise, let's receive the females. Come on, let's give her a rousing welcome. Right out to us. Emilia will come up next. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, no, thank you. Very happy. Yeah. Oh, no, definitely. Okay. So, good morning, Success Africa. What do you say? Success Africa? Perfect. We're learning together. So my name is Dr. Vanessa Appiah. As Albert kindly said, I'm a medic, so I'm a consultant, and I specialize in sexual and reproductive health and HIV and public health. And I am also the CEO of a clinic that's opening in a month, which is the Accra London Health Center. So I have to say, you know, when standing here and seeing you all here on a Saturday morning, I give my kudos to you and say that it is a real honor to be standing before you, because I'm hoping that in this room we have doers, we have dreamers, and we have visionaries. Am I right? So that's exactly why I'm here. And I think that also I loved the title and the theme of Beyond Limits, because to break barriers, to learn about other people's journeys, to really guide us and encourage us. And many years ago, I'll say many years ago because of my age, I was where you were, sitting and just wanting to soak up what other people did so I could get to where they were, but also where they were and beyond, because you're not focused on how far past me. I tell my children, look to me, listen to me, because they have to listen to me, but also think about going far beyond what I have achieved. And I think that I want you also to see your own power, to see your own potential, and also your own limitless possibilities. So I'm just going to give you 5 things that I wanted to share. And I think number 1 is the power of purpose. Previous speakers have spoken